In what comes as a huge shock for India's defense and security, this is a satellite image of a secret submarine base that China is building in Bangladesh. Damien Symon posted the image on X showing submarine piers, oil depots and a dry dock. It appears that the base is in advanced stages of completion. China is building the new naval base for Bangladesh in Cox's Bazar, situated not far from the Indian Navy's Eastern Command headquarters in Vishakhapatnam. So will the Chinese submarines have access to this facility? Has Bangladesh betrayed India's trust by granting access to China? And will China use this base in Bangladesh to snoop on its biggest regional rival India, just like it does in Sri Lanka and Maldives? According to reports, the construction of the facility known as BNS Sheikh Hasina began in 2020. It was formally inaugurated in 2023 in the presence of Bangladesh Prime Minister and a delegation of Chinese officials along with PLAN or Chinese Navy officers. Spread nearly over 2 kilometers, the facility can reportedly house up to 6 submarines and 8 warships simultaneously. Interestingly, Bangladesh currently has only 2 Ming-class diesel-electric submarines supplied by China. So, what are the extra submarine docks for? Will Bangladesh allow Chinese submarines into India's backyard? Reportedly, during the official inauguration of the naval base, Sheikh Hasina declared that it would be a waypoint for ships sailing through the Bay of Bengal, suggesting that Chinese submarines and warships may get logistical access for service and replenishments. This would be bad news for India, as China could permanently station some of its assets right on India's doorstep, which could easily spy on India's naval movements and strategy. So the question arises, why did Bangladesh allow it? More importantly, did India raise any objections, or did Bangladesh ignore them? While it is within Dhaka's right to lean on China for the construction of the naval facility, which cost $1.2 billion, it probably wasn't the right decision for India's defense, its strongest ally, and a nation that went to war in 1971 to save Bangladesh and its people from Pakistan. India's own secret nuclear submarine base is located in Rumbili, just 50 kilometers from Eastern Command HQ in Vishakhapatnam, and well within the radar of Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh. Some have termed this Chinese strategy of constructing naval bases with the promise of logistical access as, quote, submarine diplomacy. China is building a similar facility in Cambodia, which raised alarm bells in the US as well. China is using its financial clout, easy loans, in return for greater access for its naval forces in the Indo-Pacific. However, trouble also remains for countries like Bangladesh, who risk falling into a Chinese debt trap, just like Sri Lanka. The Chinese strategy is well thought out and has caught its biggest rivals, India and USA, on the back foot. New Delhi and Washington are countering this by increasing military and diplomatic support for friendly nations in the South China Sea, including the Philippines and Vietnam. So have your say. How can the Indian Navy counter China's increasing footprint in the Bay of Bengal? Leave a comment and remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons.